Hello, my name is Brian Behlendorf, and I'm Executive Director of Hyperledger, a enterprise blockchain technology project hosted at the Linux Foundation. And I'm really excited to be talking with you today about a lot of great things that are happening at the Hyperledger initiative, as well as an announcement of a collaboration with BSN today called the BSN Fabric Group. Why don't I just throw this presentation up and allow us to get started? Thank you. Lots of great things are happening in Hyperledger today. Lots of continued growth in China and elsewhere. And we're really excited today to be announcing a new partnership with BSN to move this even further and even faster. So Hyperledger has just entered its fifth year of existence. In that time, we have seen a lot of software developed under the Hyperledger greenhouse. And this is software running in enterprise applications all around the world for all sorts of supply chain applications, all sorts of financial markets applications, digital identity initiatives, provenance, even in NFT and other kinds of cool projects. So in that time, we've released about 16 different technology initiatives, many of which have hit a 1.0 release and beyond. And we'll talk about many of those in a second. We have a global footprint in terms of our membership, in terms of the user community. Users all around the world get together in meetups. They get together in conferences. We have thousands and thousands of active participants in our community, as well as a really tight set of core developers working on a number of different projects. I'm sure many of you have seen our greenhouse. This is the set of top-level projects that we have at Hyperledger that are really generating the bulk of the active community interest and developer interest and the like. And this includes a set of 6 different ledgers, as we call them, distributed ledgers, ranging from Hyperledger Fabric, which is the most widely used platform out there in the world for doing enterprise blockchain development, to Hyperledger Besu, which is an Ethereum technology stack distributed ledger for use in permissioned blockchain applications as well as permissionless, to other projects focused on cryptography, to digital identity, to interoperability, for example, with the Hyperledger Cactus project. Lots and lots of really exciting new directions that the community is heading in as we see this field of enterprise blockchain really come to its into its heyday as it has. We also have, as many of you know, another part of Hyperledger called Hyperledger Labs, which is a home for new up-and-coming projects that make it easier to use things like Fabric and other platforms, such as, so we have a project called Mini Fabric, which makes it easy to develop and bootstrap Fabric networks, to other projects that have to do with interoperability, such as Weaver and UE. Lots of fun different things going on, and really it's a nerd's paradise, as we like to say. But back to our core, Hyperledger Fabric is really become the standard bearer out there for enterprise blockchain platforms. It is available today as a managed service on all major clouds on the internet, both inside of China, such as many of the ones you see here, as well as outside of China, at IBM and AWS and the like. It really has become the standard here, and we're really happy to see as networks that are focused on supporting blockchain as a service, such as BSN, have grown. They've seen adoption grow quite quickly. Fabric is also widely used by international enterprises, and this is something that's been verified through lots of different means, but one of those is a publication that is done, a survey that is done every year by Forbes, which they call the Blockchain 50. And this is, they go out and identify 50 companies whose revenue is north of $1 billion per year, and ask them, what enterprise blockchain technologies are you using? And just about 60% of those companies surveyed are using Hyperledger technologies somewhere in their infrastructure. Most of those using Fabric, but quite a few using other projects from Hyperledger as well. And you'll see many familiar names on this list, both outside of China, such as DTCC and Oracle and Swisscom and Maersk, to those who have very large presences inside of China, not just the Ant Financials and Baidu's, but also HSBC, ICBC, all companies that are very familiar to all of you here. So China Construction Bank in particular is really a nice one to know that they're using Hyperledger Fabric. And we're really focused on growing the commercial ecosystem around this code, really helping those companies adopt it, but also helping other systems integrators and product builders and others use these technologies into the core of what they do. And so a key way that we get there is through these community working groups that we have, really headed by the Technical Steering Committee, which is a group of elected developers, contributors from the community who oversee the different projects and make sure that they're all working together in harmony and that new projects are encouraged and grow to join the greenhouse, but who also look at things like architecture and identity and performance and scalability. These are all very key different slices of the technical stack that really matter for bringing these projects closer together. One of the big projects on that, the big working groups, of course, is the Technical Working Group China. And this is a group that has been together since almost the beginning of Hyperledger. We recognized very early on in the project that building a bridge between the blockchain community inside of China and the blockchain community outside of China was very important. And at all layers, from the ledgers themselves to the applications and the governance to even the software developers. So we started a technical group headed by 3 very capable software engineers who volunteered for this role. And they know that their charge is to be really a bridge between the developers inside China and those outside. Help them understand how open source works, help them understand how to get a bug fixed. And if they manage to fix it, to get that fix propagated upstream so that it becomes part of the main product. And in this way, we hope it really comes across that Hyperledger is not, an American technology or a European technology or any, one country in particular, but really a global technology that has roots all over the world in developers, who speak many different languages and come from many different places. And so this is really a jewel in our crown, I would say. We have regional chapters as well, all over the map. We have growing communities in India, in Europe, in Africa, in Latin America. And these communities are users, these are companies, these are some cases cloud vendors and other systems providers using this technology to deploy all sorts of applications. And when you think about it, supply chain traceability, supply chains are global these days. When you think about financial markets are global these days. And so it really helps to have a user base and a developer base that is global as well. But it's not just about the developers. We've been very keen to help industries commercialize their use of Hyperledger technologies and learn how to apply them to healthcare or to the telecom sector or to trade finance or to supply chain traceability. So we have a special structure at Hyperledger called special interest groups. And these are simply volunteer communities of people who in these different fields who meet once every 2 weeks to talk about the application of these technologies to their domain. And so we are in the process of launching a new special interest group focused on manufacturing. And this will be a bridge between the manufacturing industry and the blockchain industry. We intend to make it a platform for exploring use cases and best practices, standards that come from the manufacturing sector, as well as some who come from blockchain, and as well as the development of reference architectures for distributed ledger technology that can really help companies rooted in the manufacturing industry. Lots of different things that they can do, lots of different work to deliver. We see this group delivering basically documentation, white papers, best practices, use cases that help people understand how to use use these technologies and how to apply them to the field. We already have 2 volunteers to chair this, from one from CAICT, another from a company called RootChain, both of them obviously based in China. And we are in the process now of finalizing a co-chair outside of China as well. We know that so much manufacturing takes place inside China, so it just made sense to have the special interest group in particular be rooted and really have a strong connection there to what's happening in China. So really eager to see this come to fruit. We have also, for quite a while, had training and certification programs as a part of Hyperledger. Lots and lots of materials to learn about how Hyperledger works and how you might apply it to all sorts of different fields. But now in particular around Fabric, we offer both a developer and an administrator certification so that developers can take a very tough course, actually a very rigorous exam. And if they pass it, that is really proof to companies who might hire them that they know what they're talking about, that they can come and deploy this, they can make it work, they can upgrade it, they can make, just take the maximum advantage of all of the power inside the Hyperledger Fabric platform. And these certifications are also the basis for something we have called the Hyperledger Certified Service Provider Program. The HCSP program is an ecosystem of a select set of vendors from the broader Hyperledger community, all of whom offer integration services, support services, and the like. And they prove that by having on staff at least 3 developers who have passed the Hyperledger Certified Service, the administrator course, so that they really know what they're doing, right? Who achieve that level of certification. So really, if you are looking for somebody who can quickly help you stand up a blockchain network, especially one with your partners, your suppliers, perhaps even your competitors, these are companies that can help you do that. And today, we're really happy to announce the launch of a new partnership between Hyperledger and BSN called the BSN Fabric Group. Now, this is really a partnership with BSN and Red Date in China, who will launch in October this Fabric Group to nurture its growing community of service providers using Hyperledger Fabric. So as I mentioned, Fabric is the leading enterprise DLT globally, as well as there in China. 70% of BSN's implementations use Hyperledger Fabric, which is a great number, but really that's reflective of everything we see elsewhere in terms of how deeply it's used. BSN as a platform provider needs an increasing number of service partners to implement these projects. BSN is a blockchain as a service platform. They really need partners who can help with the integration and develop product on top of this platform. And so this is connected to the Hyperledger Certified Service Provider Program and it represents a pre-qualified tier of these vetted service providers who have expertise in helping enterprises successfully adopt Hyperledger. There are 2 tiers of membership, advanced and basic. All membership will be vetted by Red Date, and to be an advanced member, you will need to be a Hyperledger certified service provider. At the basic entry level tier, there are invitations to events that you'll be able to go to attend. There are newsletters with the latest on Fabric and updates and that sort of thing, and BSN news. There's training. There are accounts on the BSN platform that come with that entry-level basic network, basic member tier, as well as access to a WeChat group. And then at the advanced member tier, you receive business referrals from BSN, that come in through their website to their network of partners, speaking opportunities at their conferences, mentions on their website, and an ability to network with other BSN Fabric Group members, as well as other members of the BSN Alliance. This is really amazing, and I think it's really going to help grow the BSN community and the Fabric community, and really the Hyperledger community further there in China. We are really keen, even though we're all about giving away open source code, we know that the sustainability of the open source ecosystem only comes from companies able to use that software to go and build products and services that generate revenue. And so we're really eager to support BSN in the launch of this platform, of this group, and encourage all of our members in China to consider talking with them and working with them further. So congratulations to all of those members of my staff and the Red Date staff and BSN who've been working together to set up the BSN Fabric Group, and we look forward to its launch next month. And with that, if there's any other interest that any of you have about Hyperledger itself as a project, as an open source initiative, as a commercial consortium, we would love to talk further with you. We'd love to have you join us as a member as well. And I love to get you involved in the community and using the code in whatever capacity makes sense for you. There's contact information here. Please get in touch with my colleague Julian or Keith or Jesse or Dorothy, of course, or scan these two logos and let us know how we might get involved with you on your blockchain journey. Thank you very much.